What is clear?
My ankle. I know this was the dumbest.
One time I broke. I don't know if I broke my pinky, but I definitely hurt my pinky in my previous apartment. It was
Pinky toe.
Pinky toe. Sorry, yeah, pinky toe. And it was smaller. My place was probably smaller than this, but 2 people lived there.
Yeah.
And I was in my kitchen.
Yeah.
Going into my living room. and I was maneuvering to like our couch was a couch. and I was maneuvering into that space to eat my breakfast, and my roommate was passing me, and I wasn't wearing socks, and my pinky toe like caught on the heel of his foot. Like, and I kept going, but my pinky toe like stayed with him, and you heard like a like a crack.
No.
And I went down immediately, and it was all black and blue. I probably have a picture of it somewhere. I'll show it to you later.
Yeah, we gotta add it.
Totally. It was it was the whole thing was black and blue.
Whoa.
And my roommate was like, and like he got me like something from like CVS, and then he just like got out of there. He was super non-confrontational. Just didn't want to. I mean, he apologized, but it wasn't his fault.
Those are one of the worst injuries you could
So
possibly.
So avoidable. I had like stuff I had to do that day, and I'm like, fuck. Because then living in New York, like you don't realize like if you hurt like your ankle, you could be done.
No, like absolutely.
You're done.
What are you gonna walk down? You can't walk down.
No, I live a 5th floor walk up.
Yeah.
At that point,
you gotta walk.
You have to
Being
walk.
old, I don't even know. Like my landlord's aunt and uncle live below me, and they're like old.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how they operate. Would they go down the stairs at a pace that is like? One time the lady was going down the stairs. I was going to the grocery store. By the time I got back, she was still on our block.
That's insane. How old are they, do you think?
I think she mentioned she's like 79 or 80.
That's too old. It's too old. At a certain point, if you're living in New York, you need someone needs to put you out to pasture.
Yeah.
Or like you gotta.
They need like a elevator or something.
They need a community of seniors.
Yeah.
Like in New York, where we just funnel those people.
And they can just like.
They're not getting in my way. Sometimes they do.
Yeah. Well, I think it depends where you live. Like when I lived in Chinatown, they would do nothing but be in my way.
Old Asian people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't say.
So old Asian people would get in your way. Chinatown. That's why you moved.
I mean, I didn't say they were Asian.
You said. I guess I inferred.
You're racist.
I'm racist.
You're racist because you're from Florida.
No, you're from Florida too.
Yeah.
Your last name is Orlando.
I know.
Oops. Oops. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
My bad.
I love that you're from Florida. Well, I'm not. You're more from Florida than me.
Why do you say that?
Well, because like.
Speak on that.
Touch on that.
Touch on that.
Yeah. Expand. I was born in Florida, but then we moved like 2 years later.
To where? Chicago?
To Tennessee.
Tennessee. What part of Tennessee?
Memphis. And then we moved to Chicago, the city, and then we moved to Chicagoland.
What's that?
That's
like a theme park for like Midwestern people?
Yeah.
Chicagoland? What is this? I've never heard of Chicagoland.
Alcoholics.
Am I in frame? I feel like I'm out of frame.
You're in frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I edging the frame?
I think the frame goes beyond that. If you want to
stand I could even stand up and walk over there if I wanted to.
I mean, if you're
to do an act out at some point.
If you want if you need to do an act out, but if you go
I don't need to, but I might if the moment catches me.
Yeah. Just stay in the couch.
Okay, I'll stay on the couch.
Stay on the couch.
I might get up from the couch.
Don't leave the couch.
I might leave the couch.
Jesus Christ.
I do want to say it is an honor to be here, on your podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah, truly. I really like being the 9th guest on your podcast.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. I counted last night. I was like, I wonder how many people.
I think this is 10th episode.
This is the 10th? Okay, so
yeah,
I'm the 10th.
So you didn't.
I rounded out the top 10 though.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are you not good at math?
I think I'm not good at math. No. But I did count. I counted.
You look like you would be good at math.
Thank you. Or fuck you. I don't know.
No, you look like a smart guy.
I appreciate that. Math was never my strong suit.
What was your strong suit?
I think English.
English
was more in my strong suit. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
I think English, and then also I guess gym.
Gym. You were good at gym. Was it rope climbing?
I guess that's not true. I think I just made that up. I liked gym when I got to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
I was good at hanging out with my friends.
Did you have conduct grades?
What's
in
that?
Your school, like behavioral grades?
I think so.
In Florida, we had behavioral grades, and my conduct grade in gym was low. It's like a C or D for like the whole like an
Oh
entire
yeah,
year.
because you have to like participate.
Well, I would participate, but they, I think
They're
that
like,
they,
I just don't like you.
there was yes. Well, so there was a time in 7th grade, it was your 7th or 8th grade. We had superlatives in our
Right.
yearbook, and
Where are you from in Florida?
I'm from like a town called Brandon, Florida.
Which is so funny.
It's so
Where
rough.
is it?
It's like inland. It's like a little bit south of Tampa. Like
Okay.
it's like there's no mayor of Brandon. We have like Tampa's mayor. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
So it's in like the Hillsborough County proper, or not proper,
Damn.
but yeah, it's like on that, you know,
Okay. Okay.
outskirts.
You got like a
outskirts of that.
stepdad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Step mayor.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Step mayor. You know,
Yeah.
you're not our real mayor. We don't have to listen to you.
Yeah. Was there
Come
ever,
on, Brandon.
Brandon. We
Get your
gotta-
ass down here.
Revolutionize.
They loved "Let's Go Brandon" in my town. I will say that.
Let's go.
That caught on,
Brandon.
and they
Yeah.
when that became a phenomenon. Do you think the listeners know "Let's Go Brandon"? They probably know.
What?
Like "Let's Go Brandon," what that means?
The
The
I
fuck
don't.
Joe Biden thing. You didn't hear about this?
No.
Oh, so "Let's Go Brandon" was something. There was a NASCAR event. And do
Of
you remember,
course.
like, it was a few years ago? Of course. It's always a NASCAR event.
With Florida.
First, we have to start before this. Before that, there was moonshine. No.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there was during sporting, at like all sporting events for a while, people were chanting, like, fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
This happened in college football games mostly.
Got it.
And then there was a NASCAR event, and they couldn't chant. People were chanting fuck Joe Biden. But one of the commentators couldn't say, oh, it sounds like they're saying fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So he said, oh, it sounds like they're saying, let's go, Brandon. And it just caught on as, like, instead of
Oh.
saying fuck Joe Biden, it became let's go, Brandon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So it became a huge phenomenon. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't heard about this.
Well, I don't read the news, so that will be.
But the news happens to you now.
I know for
Yeah.
sure. Some has gotten through.
Yeah, some has gone
Some
through.
has found its way.
You're
to me.
literate at least a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like I know about the Israel-Palestine.
That's big right now.
Yeah. That whole docu-series. It's been great. That and then I actually did watch the Matt Rife special. Those
Did
are
you?
the two.
Those are the two big events. Those
Yeah.
are like the two big world events right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's not it's actually
Everyone's
those two.
like, babies are dying and Matt Rife sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? There's an edit because at the end of his special he drops the mic. He does a mic
Yeah.
drop. Have you seen the edit where he drops the mic and then it cuts to like a building exploding in the Middle East?
That is
It's
hilarious.
great. Yeah, it's very funny.
That's
I'll send it
great.
to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
send
we
it.
Show it to the
It was
audience.
when I watched it, it was like I realized I thought it was really funny because he was just calling women like retarded in the
Yeah.
first 5 minutes, and he had jokes, but it was like jokes from like 2015,
Sure.
where it's like women in your crystals. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Now?
Well, I think a lot of the time, his time on stage is spent crowd work, and that's what got him big. And
Yeah.
then now he's like limited. But I don't know. I mean, I think Anthony Jeselnik, I saw a clip of him
Yeah.
talk about it. You saw that?
Yeah.
Where he was like, I've never seen anybody just completely turn on their fans. It's like he was like, women love this guy.
Yeah.
And then he put out a special. He's like, no, I'm for dudes now. And it's
Yeah.
like no one. He was right. Like no one's gonna cross over. But it was like it's just wild to see.
But I don't think I've even seen he mentioned like he's not gonna get Matt's not gonna get like Shane Gillis fans, but when you see like Shane do stand up, it's not like women are fucking
No,
retarded
it's not even remotely like that. Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all. It was like a weird vibe I
Yeah.
got. I don't know. But hey, that
He's
rocks for
wildly
him.
rich.
Where is he from?
He's from Ohio.
Compton.
Ohio. Yeah, he's from Compton. Some Crenshaw Boulevard.
Yeah. Dude,
From the streets in general.
I
think.
was talking to
He doesn't bring a knife. He just uses his jawline.
yeah
to cut people.
yeah. I was talking to a white guy recently.
It's good.
Yeah, it's what you should do. But
I'm on the side of the couch for the viewers.
and he had like a black accent.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we just got to stop doing this.
Yeah, I
we
agree.
gotta. And it was like just me and him talking. I was like, dude, it's just us.
Maybe it's more organic though. Maybe it's like actually his voice if it's just you two.
But you don't have to talk like that.
Where was he from? Was he from Ohio also? Because I have like a feeling of who it might be in my
Is that
head.
why Dave Chappelle talks like that?
Yeah. It's because he's from Ohio.
Yeah.
All people from Ohio sound black.
Yeah.
It's not black accent,
Yeah.
it's just Ohio.
Accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea where he's from. But like, and I get maybe it could be a cultural thing, but like, dude, even from, so I'm from like like I grew up mostly in like a North Shore suburb of Chicago. Like diversity was very low.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a
Like in
friend,
which way?
like not like very low, but like we had,
It was mostly white people? That's what you're
it
saying?
was mostly white people and black people,
Mm.
and then a little bit of other people.
Okay.
Like I don't know. Should I go through all the
No,
rest?
you don't have. I don't want to, burden you.
Yeah. I don't
Before you
okay.
put out a list, like, oh yeah, there was
Yeah.
a Filipino family, and
Yeah.
there was that Norwegian kid.
Yeah.
No one liked him.
No.
Would you count
But-
Norwegian is very diverse?
Yeah,
Norway
well,
is
there
Norway
was
is very
there was a
diverse.
diverse amount of white people.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of like Russians, Irish people, Italian people, and Polish people.
Mm.
That's a lot of Chicago. The Polish.
Yes, heavy Polish influence.
Heavy.
A lot of
Jeez.
beef.
That guy from Making a Murderer.
He's from there.
He's from, I think he lived in Ohio or something.
It's always Ohio.
It's
I never
always Ohio.
watched that show.
It's actually great. Honestly, it gives the vibe of something that could like just absolutely suck.
Yeah.
But then he was such a insane, like, I don't know, member of the Nazi regime, that you're like, I can't even believe.
He was like a Nazi guy.
No, he was like one of the top Nazis.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think he was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I think it's like Marvin or Martin, or I can't even remember. It was like something the terrible. Like that was like his.
See, I pick up on like every other phenomenon. Like I watched Tiger King, didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just every other one I watch. I watched Succession.
You can't.
I didn't watch
them all.
Mad Men. You know what I mean? Like I'll do
Yeah.
every other one I'll watch.
Yeah, you can't. I
It's
mean,
too much.
You can't
I don't
keep
have
up.
much time.
Yeah.
You know? And like I just when I have the time I need to like lay down and look at the ceiling. You
For
know?
sure. Sometimes I love just like staring at the wall.
It's great.
It's
Staring at the wall is
great.
awesome. Super underrated activity. More people should do that.
Or just like listening to music. That feels great.
Yeah.
'Cause then it's kind of weird though. When I listen to music, I feel like I'm like, is this what people from the 1900s did?
No. Well, I mean, what do you mean from the 1900s? Like
Well,
what
because
era?
I'm just like sitting. I'm not like doing anything. I'm like sitting,
and, like
looking
they're
at a
like
wall,
sitting
listening.
at the radio and they're like listening to music.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's kind of weird.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, but
It's relaxing.
it's kind of creepy to me. I'm like, what? I'm not even doing anything right now.
What's your screen time on your phone? How many hours a day?
I think it's like 5.
5. Yeah.
Oops.
I just got mine today. It was like a little over 5.
Yeah.
I just bumped up over 5. Usually I'm like a 4.5 guy. There was a
Oh,
week or two
that's
where it was like
great.
7. I was like, what the fuck's going
Dude,
on?
that used to be me.
Yeah, it's
that
terrible.
used to be
It's
me.
most of my day because like I sleep for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
And by 8 I mean like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And then and then it's like all right 7. It's like I only have 4 days of what or 4 hours of what showering. You know,
What do you mean?
like it's like my day is sleep, phone, and then
Shower.
like in the shower, and then
How
just
long
go
do you
back to
take a
sleep.
shower for?
At least 2.5 to 3 hours.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
Oh,
I,
I
don't
was like,
know.
whoa.
No, but it just feels it's like
Yes.
what are the times that I'm like not
Like,
on my
what's
phone?
the other? I mean, honestly, especially if you live alone, there's not that much. There's like TV and then like working
Yeah,
and doing that all. And then like what else?
I walk
Like, of course-
aimlessly.
Yeah.
I love walking aimlessly. I
Yeah.
walked last night for like 3 hours. I got home, I just walked.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's awesome. No music, nothing.
You
Just
don't
walked.
know where you're going?
No.
Are you ever stressed out you'll ever go too far?
No.
You won't be able to
I'm
get
very
home?
good about like I'm pretty good directionally. Like and especially in New York, like I feel like I have a good idea of like my bearings.
So you walk for 3 hours.
Oh yeah. I used to
you do?
when I moved to New York, I lived at like the northwest corner of Central Park,
Yeah.
and every Saturday I would just no music, no phone. I put my phone in my backpack and I would just wander through Central Park for like all day. And then I would end up at the southern end of the park and I would walk to Rockefeller Center and then I would take the train back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that like every week. And now like I know every like corner I can anywhere in the park I can take you to. I have like the back of my hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you like listen to music?
No. When I did that, no, I wouldn't listen to music.
Do you think? Or
I would think.
You think?
I think a lot.
Jokes and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or write, or like I'll work through like something I'm thinking about in my head, like an issue or something in my life. And I'll write sometimes, a lot of times I'll write, but usually it's just walking around thinking.
Yeah. Honestly, I was doing that yesterday and I was like, wow, this isn't productive at all.
It's super productive.
But like I wasn't thinking about anything. I was like, it honestly weirded me out because I was walking around and I was like observing my surroundings, and I was like, I guess that's what being present is.
Yes.
But I wasn't like, I was like, I should be like working on a joke or like.
But I think that like constant feeling of having to be doing something can like burn you out and like curb creativity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you just gotta like chill.
Like I listened to someone talk about like how they like write movies, and they would just walk around hours and hours and hours. And they spent like 6 weeks of just like walking. Yeah. And like they like got an idea in their head, like, oh, that might be a good idea for the movie, and they would just keep working through it in their head. Sometimes they would scrap it and start over again, but that was their process. Yeah. And I was like, oh, like walking around just thinking about stuff is actually work. And I think like living here, there's this idea of like you have to be doing something all the time. Yeah. And you don't. You don't.
You
really don't have to. You shouldn't be all the time. Sometimes I feel more creative when I leave New York, and like I'm just like, there's like more space. That's why I like living. I live in the Upper West Side, and I like it's more quiet there.
Yeah, that's why I like Williamsburg too, because it's like you can walk in the park. I'm just getting into walking. Like I used to not.
You used to never walk.
Never.
I
didn't
even know
how.
Carry you places.
Yeah.
And like you weren't like you weren't like a large person.
No,
but they would.
It's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing. And they would carry you around, and they would set you down places like a paraplegic.
Yeah. Yeah. And then people would be like, "I'm not." Are you guys? Did Elle gain a couple?
Did she gain?
She feels
it's holiday weight. It's holiday weight. But it was June, so clearly, you had the time to lose the weight. But yeah, people would be like, "Well, what's wrong? Is she in like an accident?" Like, no, she just doesn't walk.
She just doesn't walk anywhere. She doesn't know how. I don't know. I just thought like I would get so. I think when I walk places and I have a destination, I always like think of like ideas or like have funny whatever thoughts or whatever. But then it's like when I walk aimlessly, I get so obsessed about like, I don't know where I'm going. What's going to happen? I'm going to walk too far.
Oh, like, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah.
And I need to get over it. It sounds like I'm just being a little control freak.
Sometimes you like end up like, parts of like the Bronx that you've like never been to. And it's like a guy like swinging like a tree branch, like a sword. And he's shirtless and he's doing backflips. And you're like, this is fucking wild. Yeah. And then you're looking around and you don't recognize a single store. There's like 100 stores, but you've never heard of any of them. Yeah. Yeah. And like, just get me to a CVS. Yeah. Just get me to one. You know?
So do you think the Bronx is sketchy a little bit, or did you
I haven't like wandered too much there.
I've never been there, like just walking around.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
So I wouldn't recommend you to just aimlessly wander there.
In the Bronx.
I think there's some beautiful parts of it. There's parks and things up there. I just don't have much reason to go up there. Yeah. But I've like ended up there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, taking the wrong train and then get out. And like, yeah. But I love like if I can just I'd walk the whole island of Manhattan. I would do that. Like I've gotten close-ish.
Have you walked Florida?
I biked a lot of Florida. I bicycle. It was like I went on like a 300-mile bike trip. That was like the longest one I did.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah, it took like 4.5 days.
Damn.
So it wasn't like that far. Like we could have like by the end of the trip I was like, and I was training for it, and by the end of the trip I was like, wow, I'm in amazing shape. Like I was just fucking going, like pedaling as fast as I could for like the last 25 miles. I was like, I could easily keep going.
Wow.
And the high, like the next day, you're like, I feel like I could.
That's so fun, especially in Florida, because you got like, I went on like a really long, well, it wasn't that long, but it was like 25 miles in like the Everglades. A bike trip? Or something.
Or a hike?
Bike.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Everglades sketchy.
Everglades
you got the alligators.
Is very sketchy. Yeah. And we did ride past
Alligator Alley.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think overall it's just sketchy. Like
they have Burmese pythons down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Florida is so crazy.
People get Burmese pythons as pets, and then they get too large, and they're an apex predator. So what they'll do is they'll just release them into the Everglades.
Idiots.
And they will eat an alligator. They'll eat a deer.
Wow.
They'll fuck up an ecosystem, and they don't even know how many there are in there. They're like, there's either between like 5,000 or like 150,000 of these Burmese pythons.
Dude.
And there was a period of time.
Are you allowed to shoot it?
So there was a period of time where they were like, bring your guns. Dude. Like there was a competition. Whoever could kill the most won like a 4-wheeler. Like this was like an ongoing thing from the state.
That's hilarious. We have a 4-wheeler.
You do?
Yeah.
You're a little redneck. You got a little redneck in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Where's your parents from?
My mom's from Southern Illinois.
Okay.
It's like like where she's from is like right above Tennessee.
Okay.
And it's like super country and like bumblefuck. I've talked about it a little bit on the pod, but and then my dad's from Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Like Plantation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that area.
He like Plantation is actually named after. I like didn't really like connect, but it's actually named after just like a plantation.
Just a single plantation.
Isn't that crazy?
It's wild. They had a lot of time to change that name.
I know they still could.
They still could. They're tearing
today.
down statues. Change the name of places.
Dude, and then my sister went to a college in a town called Lynchburg.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's
rough.
And then my dad's like, no, but like the guy who found it, his name's like Mike Lynchburg.
And how do you think he got that name?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
it's like that's a nickname.
Yeah, it's a nickname. The guy was lynching, so like it's a real Lynchburg over here.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. It's so
a Jewish guy who lynched a lot.
Yeah.
That's what a Lynchburg is.
Yeah, Jewish people are the worst.
The ones who lynch are.
Yeah. 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 Just kidding.
No, I'm pro-Palestine.
Yeah.
I don't know enough.
I forgot.
Yeah.
You know what, Dan? Why don't you speak more on that? Tell us what you think.
You know, I think that war is bad.
Whoa.
And, you know, there's so many issues going on in the world, and a lot of them are more nuanced and complicated than we all know, but everybody should be afforded basic human rights.
Wow.
Yeah. Place to live, comfortably, food, water, health, safety.
You should be the mayor of Brandon.
People have been saying that.
2023. 2024.
2024.
Yeah,
I'll just do it for the next couple of weeks, and then 2024, I'll be done.
Did you like growing up there?
No, I hated it.
Okay.
I don't even like going back. It's every now and then it's nice to get out of Dodge, but like it's so just aimless, and I felt like it's a cultural vacuum. Like there's just no curiosity of thought and or ambition.
How I feel like my hometown is.
It's a lot of people's hometown. I feel like hometown is synonymous with like painkillers.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. There's no ambition. It's more like just drink to live.
I feel like I learned anything. Like I learned things, but like there's no like, I mean, I don't know. I had a couple like animated or excited teachers, you know, but like the other half of them had like DUIs and were like going to like biker bars after class.
Yeah.
Like my physics teacher went to this biker bar like every day, and like there would be periods there were days where we would just sit and do nothing, and it got so insane. One day I was like, "Can we just do something?" Literally, I was like, "Can we do something?" Because we would sit in silence all day
at school.
Like or not all day, but for the class period, we'd sit there in physics class. There's no way this woman should be teaching physics. It's laughable.
Whoa.
It's laughable. It's crazy. She would go to this bar called Raccoons at the after school every day.
Yeah.
And she wore like these jean skirts, and Raccoons is like this hardcore biker bar, literally just less than a mile from my house where I grew up.
And she'd get fucked up.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe suck a dick in the bathroom. That's what was going on there. All my friends, like Brandon and like Tampa, it's very like it's very trashy.
Yeah.
And like it's one of the swinger capitals of like the country, and it's like there's all these like swinger bars, and
that's so funny.
It's disgusting. Ew. It's gross, and like it's really nasty.
Damn.
I hated it.
This is we have swinger bars in my town. I didn't know about them.
Yeah, I didn't know about it till last year. I
Yeah,
found out
they're
about
like-
one, and people go there, and they just fuck. And you'll see
Yeah.
like people who are like your substitute teacher,
Ew.
and it's like there's a thing where there's a crucifix, you could tie yourself to a cross
Yeah.
and get spanked and shit.
I
What's
do-
going on right under my nose?
Dude, I do not like learning that my teachers are just normal
No.
people.
We had teachers smoke spice with our students during school.
I had a gym teacher who dated a student, but she was a super senior.
Okay.
So she was 18. But she was going to high school
Yeah,
at the
it's rough.
school while he was dating her, and they didn't
Legal though.
yeah, it's legal, and they didn't fire him or anything.
Yeah.
That's
That's rough.
That's insane.
That's crazy they didn't get fired.
Yeah.
We had a teacher get arrested during the day one time by the FBI
Whoa.
because he tried to hire a hitman to kill a teacher at another school. Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude.
And because that teacher like accused him of being like a pedophile. And so he like
So
called
he is a pedophile.
100%. There's no indictment of guilt stronger than that. And I remember I saw him like my neighborhood like 2 days later. He was just like parked in his car. I'm like, what the fuck?
After he got arrested?
Yeah. I mean, I
Maybe
guess he
he
made
got-
bail.
yeah.
And then like, yeah. But like he called his best friend, whatever person he felt was his best friend,
Yeah.
and was like, I need you to take care of this guy, yada, yada. And he offered him $2,000. And his
$2,000 to your friend to murder
yeah,
someone?
and his friend was like, yeah, all right, bet, you know? And then he was like, all right, FBI. So his friend, like, they set up, like, a sting thing. So, like, the FBI was like, he was like, I got this guy who can help you out. And then, but that guy was in the FBI.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
We made Good Morning
What a
America
fuck-
twice when I was a student. One for that, and another time we had, like, these lip syncs. Remember when lip syncs were big? It was, like, a phenomenon for a little bit.
Lip syncs, like, on TikTok?
No, this was before TikTok, Elle. There was actually a time before TikTok.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I know.
What was going on?
YouTube's.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's lip syncing was like huge,
Okay.
and it was like people would like.
Like drag?
No, it was like you would get like your office or your school, and everyone would, like lip sync like a song, and like you would just get people like it was like a thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just didn't. We had a different
upbringing.
upbringing.
This was
yeah,
like national. Though. I
cultural.
remember like television shows at the time, where like I remember there's an episode of The Office where they did this.
Oh, you mean the flash mob?
No, it was around the same time though.
Okay.
It's akin to flash mobs, but you get the idea what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's kind of like a music video
yeah.
type
Got
thing.
it.
And so like there was a song, We're Not Gonna Take It.
Yeah.
Remember
yeah.
that song?
Yeah.
So that was before our time, but you know that one.
Yeah.
And maybe you saw it on TikTok or something.
Okay,
And
we're like the same age.
I think you're a little older. But no, like, we don't have to,
So
you know.
mean.
No, I'm not. I just know for a fact you are.
Wow,
It's,
I'm
you know.
cutting your mic.
No, you look so much younger than me.
I'm gonna kill
Yeah.
myself. All right.
You
last
are older than
episode.
me. You're older than me.
Okay, well, so what?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
You're right. And smarter.
You are older and smarter than me. I don't know if it's smarter, just wiser because of all your years of accumulating knowledge.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like,
You're sage.
what's that?
It's like you're wise.
I keep on asking you what things are.
That's good.
Okay.
Like, what's geometry?
yeah. You're wise. What's that? What's that mean? Okay.
Wise. So
Okay,
the lip
flash mob,
syncing
yeah.
thing. Yeah. Lip syncing. Oh, so our school did one for the song We're Not Gonna Take It. And it was like teachers kind of rebelling against students. It's kind of cute. It was like, we're not gonna take it. All the texting and like
yeah.
teachers were like wearing like tube tops to like kind of be like, this is the shit we have to deal with as teachers.
Yeah.
It was funny,
Yeah.
right? Like it was fine, but like Good Morning America just blasted us. They're like, look at these teachers wearing tube tops. This is disgusting.
Why?
Blah blah blah. I don't know,
Good.
'cause they got fucking nothing else going on that they
That's
could talk
crazy.
about.
Yeah.
I think the video did some numbers.
Did some numbers.
We were doing numbers. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you saw like too much of the teachers. Like it was inappropriate.
You know, I think it was the specific teacher's midriff that
Yeah.
was the issue.
Yeah. You saw some like before.
Collagen.
Yeah, or like just like
Stretch marks.
What's that called? Like
You shouldn't have a
fupa.
C-section and then like show your midriff.
Yeah.
No. I could still remember that midriff.
Yeah, the only thing I remember, there was like a story about this Florida guy in like a couple years ago. This is when I was reading the news, and it was
Was this a newspaper or was this like
not news. I don't think I've ever seen a newspaper.
No.
I've only heard stories about those things.
Yeah.
But there was like a Florida man or whatever who like tried to rob like a pancake house.
Yeah. Like an IHOP?
Like an IHOP.
Yeah. So like an international house.
Yeah, international.
Not just a house.
Yeah.
Not just a pancake house.
Yeah.
An international house.
An international establishment.
Yeah.
With like a finger gun. And like
that's awesome.
Yeah. And he
brought me all your pancakes.
Dude, yeah, and then he like brought his dog too, like a Pomeranian.
That's so adorable.
And then they like arrested him for stealing.
What? Did they give him the pancakes?
No.
What?
Because he took napkins.
Oh,
I was
come on. That's so messed up.
Do you guys have nothing to do? Like, that's hilarious. Like, who cares? Like,
finger gun.
They had to like call the cops.
Give me your pancakes. No. All right. Well, I'll be taking this. And he takes like a napkin. Yeah. Oh, buddy, you're under arrest.
Yeah. I
remember on the news, because all the Florida news is like nuts, and there's a reason why the Florida man, and like there was the thing on Reddit where it was like type in your birthday and see what Florida story you are.
Oh yeah.
That was like a thing for a while. Florida's very public with their criminal records. Right. So they publish people's like names and their offenses and all this stuff, right? The arrests. So on the news, local news, we would just be inundated with this every day. My parents would watch the news, so I'd see all these stories. I remember this one time, like a woman like threw like a live squirrel at her husband, and this was like a kid like watching them, like, I guess that's what people do.
Yeah.
But like you're like affected. You're like, I guess that's not what people do.
That's
I didn't even know. I was like, I didn't know squirrels could be weapons, but I guess anything could be a weapon.
I think that would be like a awful thing to get thrown at you.
Terrible thing. Great weapon though.
Yeah, great.
Because they're doing a lot of the work. If you could pick up the squirrel and you get it thrown to somebody, the squirrel's pissed.
By the time.
And they're not pointing fingers. They don't know. They're not like, well, that other person threw.
Yeah.
They're not gonna like leave you and go back to the other person.
They're like mid-air pissed.
That's such a.
Fucking
such a sick weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see that happen before I die. Not to me.
Have you ever gone hunting?
Hunting? You do got a little southern redneck in you. You got the four-wheeler?
Four-wheeler?
You got the four-wheeler? No, I've never been hunting. I've never shot a gun.
Oh, wow.
I've thrown a squirrel. But I've never shot a gun.
Throw a lot of squirrels.
There are a lot of squirrel, a lot of vermin. No, I've never shot a gun. Have you shot a gun?
Yeah.
How many times? A couple times?
I think a handful, because I used to like shoot guns like at Jesus camp. Like that was
Jesus camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go to Jesus camp.
Was like nail guns to get him to the cross?
That's good. No, it was just like shotguns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just prayer and shooting.
Well, yeah, and like other stuff, but like mainly I like signed up just because I wanted to like, I guess if they're gonna give you the guns, get closer to the God. Yeah.
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 By facing death every day.
I don't know.
How old were you?
It's like 13.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really insane.
Yeah.
That you went to Jesus camp.
And shotguns.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
13.
Kind of fun though. I mean, also like my family, like my mom's side, like they hunt a lot, and so then I always like wanted to go hunting with my uncle, but then some people are like, yeah, you don't want to like take an animal's life, but there is like an animal control thing.
Also, you got to be careful what uncle you go hunting with, because you're out there for a while and just
yeah.
Like how well do you know this uncle?
Yeah, the uncle becomes I guess he was always the predator.
The predator. Yeah. Yeah. He's hunting you now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've never gone though. I do want to go hunting, which makes me sound like a bad person.
Yeah.
But
people hunt. Whatever.
Like fun.
It's not for me. I would never take another life. But you do you.
So
no, I don't think I could hunt. I'm a huge. This is true. I'm a huge pussy.
Yeah.
I like the idea of dying without ever shooting a gun.
Have you ever gotten in a fight? Like a fist fight?
I've been punched in the face.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got hit in the face.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got punched in the face. I was in 6th grade. Yeah, and there was this kid. He was in my neighborhood, and like we played football a lot. We would play like tackle football, but it was kind of one of those things where like we had like beef,
Yeah.
but just not like real beef, but like we're just like scrappy towards each other. Whatever,
Yeah.
you know. And there was some animosity.
Yeah.
And then one day, like he was a year older than me, and he was like we were outside of school. We had all like at our school that we went to. I was living in Pennsylvania at the time, and we would all like the whole school would be like out in front of the school, and then we'd all like enter in at once. It was weird, right?
Yeah.
And he was just talking shit, or I was talking shit. Probably me. I was a smartass, and he like grabbed me, and he was like held his fist up against my face. I was like, do it, hit me in the face. He did. And then the bell rang, and I was like, damn. I got my bell rang, and then the bell rang.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I got punched in the face.
Yeah.
And
It's not that bad.
it wasn't that bad. No.
No.
And I think it actually kind of helped our friendship,
Yeah.
because he just got that out of the way. I was like, oh, he hit me in the face. He did it. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not that mad at him.
Yeah.
You know, to like
Yeah.
strike back. I've like, I don't think I've ever hit somebody in the face. I've like when I used to like go out more and drink when I was like in college, I would get in like in fights at bars. I would get kicked out of bars a decent amount.
Okay, because you got a little wily.
I got a little scrappy.
Got a little scrappy.
I got a little scrappy, but it was mostly because of the crowds. Like one time I kicked myself out of a bar.
How?
There was someone was like, it was a very crowded, it was like the first week back for our semester in college, and everybody was going out. It was syllabus week, they called it. And this guy was like kind of pushing my friend. My friend's like, yo, watch it. And then this guy like starts putting my friend in like a chokehold, like super aggro, alpha, whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah. And toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Can't relate. And I read. No, but I do. But this so he has my friend in a chokehold, and I like fucking push this guy off, and I'm like, you know, I'm getting defensive of my friend because I saw him wrong my friend.
Yeah.
My friend has been wronged.
Yeah.
And me, I don't get involved unless it's a matter of justice.
Okay.
Like a vigilante in that sense.
Yeah, like you're gonna be somehow right in doing
Every time.
Yeah, you have to be right.
Every time.
Yeah.
I don't have to be right. I'm just right. So
Yeah, that's
maybe I
just-
have to be. Maybe it's like, but we don't choose who we are.
Right.
Me, I'm just right.
You're just right
I'm
all
just
the
right.
time. Okay.
All the time. It's my burden. It's a gift and a curse.
Got it.
I'm like Christ
Yeah.
in a way, but you should know
Okay.
that because of camp. But you were too busy firing guns. Anywho, I pushed this guy off, and I'm like, now I'm kind of getting in his face. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What's your deal? Blah blah. We get into like a back and forth. This other guy comes up, and he has like a button-up shirt on. He's a little bit older, and he's like, get the fuck off. He works here. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, what kind of response is that?
Yeah.
So what? He just gets to
Yeah.
abuse my friend.
Yeah.
And so we're going back and forth. I'm like, well, who the fuck are you? And he's like, this is my bar.
Oh.
And then I just see this huge black guy, security
no.
guard, come up to me. And these guys at this bar were infamous. They would like just throw like drunk people like in the street, like whatever happened, and like whatever the consequences were, they didn't care.
Wow.
They would beat the shit out of people. My friend had a case against one of the security guards.
God.
That all these big dudes, not all black,
Yeah.
but just want to
Okay.
let that be known.
Some.
But this particular gentleman was a large black guy.
Yeah.
And
that's important.
yeah, it's important to know. Well,
Yeah.
it's a detail of the story. It's part of the story. He was approaching.
Sets the scene.
Maybe at that time it was important.
Yeah.
No, but it sets a scene. So I see him approaching, and I go, all right, my bad. And I did, like, I'll see myself out. And I
Yeah.
left. I kicked myself out of the bar.
Oh, that's
Because I saw the guy coming, and I was like, if it wasn't so packed, he would have been there sooner
Mm-hmm.
to maybe like beat me up or something. Because they would beat
Right.
people up.
That's so fun.
And I don't like getting beaten up.
Yeah, I feel like when I was in my younger 20s, there were more opportunities.
I thought you were in your younger 20s now.
Now I'm in my mid 20s.
See what I did there?
Yeah. Well, now I never claimed to be in my early 20s. I'm 30. I'm 30 years old.
You're 30?
I'm 30,
That's
baby.
crazy. I didn't know you were 30.
Yep. And just getting younger
How does it feel?
every year. Honestly, it feels the same. I honestly, I think I would enjoy being 30 if it wasn't like being in like entertainment.
Sure.
Because I think people like put a lot of weight on age, like other people, and like sometimes people are like really weird about it. Like I've had like, especially guys, like male comics. Not
Why'd you
like,
point to me?
well, you're a male comic, but
Oh,
you're
yeah, I
not.
forgot.
But you're not like the type of male comic.
Yeah.
There's like
I'm 24.
You're 24. No, I was like, whoa, dude, holy hell.
You're like, your skin is
Shoot
bad.
me in the face. No, your skin is great.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I got the new iPhone, and I was like, I took like it's a great camera. I'm like,
Too
I
good.
got it for the camera. The camera's too good. I took
Yeah.
a picture. I'm like, I look good on the train right now. But I'll make a little funny face, you know.
Yeah.
Send it to somebody. Take the picture. Then I just see like my skin, like my actual skin. But it was like, I don't know, like what it was. I could see like pores and wrinkles and
Well, if you take was it on the train?
yeah.
Worst lighting.
Yeah, maybe it was the
Yeah,
lighting was bad.
that's.
I looked dehydrated.
No, don't.
It was rough. I was like 127 hours.
You're like, did I age?
I
like
aged in like
50 years.
yeah, and then I had like a couple cigarettes last weekend, which I never do. Then
Oh,
I'm
that
like,
really.
but then I'm thinking
affected
about
you.
that. But I'm like, fuck.
Those 3 cigarettes.
They might. I don't know.
No. You
know, we're not.
You have to smoke like a ton for it to actually do anything to your like aging process.
What about weed? I used to smoke a lot of weed. I don't really smoke weed anymore.
It doesn't affect the aging process, but I think it does do something to your lungs. Oh my
Oh hell yeah.
shit. I'll have to cut this part out.
No, leave. This is good.
Are you
Let's see what you were
kidding
watching
me?
on YouTube. Oh, it was you had the white screen up.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
That's good.
Well,
This is good.
me
This is real.
standing up did something.
It did. It did do something. It activated something.
Okay. What were we talking
Talking about skin. My skin.
Skin. Your skin's fine.
Thank
look
you.
Fine.
Thank you. You look fine.
No, I mean for a guy, like it's like you have clear skin. You don't
true.
have any wrinkles. You look
Clear
like you're
heart.
20. And clear heart.
Clear eyes.
I mean, you're probably gonna die early because of the
100%.
cigarettes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm too pale.
You're too pale. Do you
Yeah.
wear sunscreen?
No.
Well, that's why you're fucked.
I need to start wearing
That will
sunscreen.
give you wrinkles more.
But
than
I don't see the sun. I live in New York.
Yeah, you do. You
Yeah?
gotta put sunscreen on even if it's cloudy
Do you put it on every day?
every day.
I should.
Because it's UV rays. It like sneaks in.
But what about these UV rays? I can't see them.
I know. It's like the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You
Tell me more about this Christ camp.
know? It was so fun, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, it was a great time. You got to do whatever you wanted there. Like anything, any
You're
activity.
like Christ in that way.
Yeah. But like you just had to.
Do you think Christ would have been more like the fact that he had all these superpowers? Do you think he would have been like more like approachable, like more pissed? You know what I mean? Like more relatable, I mean? Because I
What do
feel
you
like he
mean?
was all like, I forgive everybody. And it's like, yeah, I'd forgive everybody too if I could like fly, you know? And like
Yeah.
walk on water.
Can he fly?
He totally could have flied.
I don't think he can fly.
I think he could fly.
Not
If
by.
he could walk on water, if he could do everything else, I feel like he could fly. I'm
I-
surprised there's no stories about him.
I mean, now I
fly.
think he's got to like float at least.
Floating is the first step of flying.
That's true. That's
You
true.
got to float before you fly.
But it's like not in the stories, you know? It's
I
all
know.
about the stories. I don't know. I'm not really.
Are you a religious person?
No, I do believe in like a higher power, but I don't believe in religion because I think every religion is like based off obviously the same thing because everyone has like a god or whatever,
Yeah.
and everyone just like made their own version of it.
And it used to be like the sun.
It used
The
to be
sun
the
was
sun,
like a god. They're like, what the fuck is that?
yeah. And then
Back
they
when we
have
didn't know
their
anything.
own stories
Yeah.
about like, you know, what Athena and like all these
It'd be
different.
so funny to watch like caveman like freak out when the sun goes away.
And then
Just like start stabbing each other.
Yeah.
And, like
they're like
eating their own leg.
yeah, they're like an anxious dog.
Oh my
When
god!
you leave,
They
they're
have
like, oh.
they have no idea what's going
Yeah.
on.
And then the sun comes back, and they're like, "Oh my god!"
They're like,
thank
"Wow,
God."
I fucking ate my wife's leg last night."
Yeah, I'm so embarrassed.
Look, that's on me.
yeah, Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
All right, I won't let that happen again.
Yeah.
10 hours later. Ah! It's happening for real this time.
Yeah. Over and over.
Do you think we had worse memory when we were cavemen?
Worse memory or better memory?
Worse.
I feel like better because we didn't have like gadgets to help us keep memory or memorize things.
True.
We had to memorize everything like by sight. Like
we were like in
a
a more raw stage of like downloading data to our human brains in the evolutionary like scale.
Yeah, and it's more based on like I don't know. Sorry, I coughed.
Sorry, the
Smoker. I did used to smoke a lot of weed in high school, but
not anymore.
No. It fucks me up.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with it.
I'm kind of done with it too.
I'm happy to be done with it. It took up a lot of my life.
It's hard. It's hard to say no.
It really is. But now it's like easy because I don't want to. Also, I have terrible sinuses.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can't put anything.
It doesn't make me fun at all.
No. It makes me not be able to focus and doesn't make me like feel like warm and fuzzy or cozy or anything like that anymore.
There's a comic that told me he takes 100 milligrams of edibles every day.
It's insane. That's insane. You're literally pressing the fast forward button in your own life. You're not living in reality.
But like, I wonder if that's like their like antidepressants or something.
Maybe. I mean,
but
whatever works.
100 milligrams of anything.
It's too much. But like my roommate will like take like an edible. He'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna zonk. It'll like work, and then he'll get home and he's like, I'm just gonna take like a bunch of weed edibles and like zonk out. So he's just like working and then like presses like fast forward, and then it's like does it again. That's what it is in my mind. You're pressing fast forward.
Yeah, you're kind of like
if you're just doing that
out.
habitually, yeah, you're checking out.
But even if you can do like like on stage at stand up and be on like I don't know, a lot of milligrams, 50 over. I mean, I take a 5 milligram anything.
Fucked up.
Dude,
yeah, I can't talk to anybody.
I feel like it's a type of brain, you know. I think there's
it's a tolerance. What's a tolerance thing?
Yeah, but I think like all of our brains are like set up so like just slightly differently that some people can like that weed somehow helps them think on stage where it would just destroy me. I
think it's good every now and then to like get yourself in like a different state of mind, but also weeds become like so annoying with like every other store being like, this is welcome to Zaza World in New York, and it's your neighborhood is insane,
dude.
Your little
street,
yeah,
right next door, a new weed shop popped up, and there's 2 across the street right next to each other. So there's 3.
Bedford is like only weed stores now.
Yeah,
it's only weed.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and like
it honestly is trash.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
all of them are gross. Neon lights.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? It's like when someone like on their car has like spinners and like those like lights that shine on the ground.
Yeah,
that's like the same person would like, you know, I don't know. That's what it reminds me of. It's just it's trashy. I left Tampa to get away from that.
Yeah,
you know. And I feel like it's being brought to me.
Our world is just becoming one ginormous Florida.
And have you ever gone it? That's so real. So I mean, it's raining right now. It's humid.
Yeah, dude. And
have you gone into these weed stores? They have like the weed is like crystals on them.
Yeah, and they're like, this one will get you so fucked up.
And it's like, this is 80% THC. I'm like, no, this is not real.
I don't want that.
I'm smoking crack cocaine at this point.
Yeah,
I'd rather just be like, yeah, it's too much.
Especially when you go to California and they're like, oh, the weed's amazing here. It's actually another type of drug.
It's a different thing. I was in California all summer. I was smoking a lot of weed because like the weed, I could get like a weed that would like get me a little high and silly, and then like a couple hours later be totally back to normal.
Like a very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really go in there and like, yeah, I want my left hand to feel like a water balloon for 45 minutes. And they're like, oh, we have this.
Yeah, we have this
indica strain.
Yeah,
for you.
Especially for it. Yeah, but then also I feel like if you don't specify that you really can't handle weed, like it's weird to tell someone like I'm really bad at smoking weed and I get really anxious and paranoid, and the person's looking at me like, why are you buying it? Like, and I'm like, is there a kind of weed that will like make me have fun?
Is there a weed for like people who hate weed?
Yeah, and
hate how they feel on weed,
but just want to be like accepted.
But just want to be high.
Yeah,
and like
in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah, where it like enhances their personality.
I have deeper issues
Yeah.
But I'm looking for a temporary fix.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be weed, but it seems like it has to be.
It's like you're requesting like too personal of a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a weed where like when I think about my dad, I don't hit a wall? And your hand is like in a bandage, or like you're speaking with your hand.
Yeah.
Like where I don't like punch the exposed brick in my bar.
Yeah.
Is there anything for that?
Anything for like when I hear my mom's voice, I don't like immediately hate her. You know.
Is there like a weed where like I smoke it and I like can accept an intimate relationship?
Yeah.
You know.
Or just like I don't get mad at people walking slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there just like little things like that.
Yeah.
The other week I crashed my car into a CVS. Because I thought about something someone said to me 8 years ago. Is there a weed where that doesn't happen for me anymore?
And they're like, yeah, there's this.
Is there a weed that makes me not hate Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah. Like
because I didn't get a bicycle when I was 14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you a holiday person?
I'm not.
No.
Well, I mean, I like the
There's
like
no Christmas tree in here.
Look.
Oh, actually there is. I stand corrected.
I never
I almost didn't see it behind this water bottle. It's like this big. It's like it's like my forearm. But that's good. That's all you need.
I've never like gotten any.
You know they don't
like
grow
Christmas.
much bigger than that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's. I just wanted a little.
You just want a little one. Yeah.
But like also like I'm not.
Don't trip over it.
It's like a little sprout.
Santa Claus would get here and trip over your tree. Yeah. He's like, oh, she did this.
Fuck.
This one doesn't. This place doesn't have a tree. You fucking.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you go back home for Christmas?
I am. Yeah.
How long are you going back home?
I'm trying to figure that out now.
Yeah.
Because I have shows the 15th and 16th.
Yeah.
Near like where I grew up, and I thought we were gonna be. Typically, we do Christmas. My family's from Pennsylvania, and my dad. We have a bunch of family like from Philly. My dad's from Philly, so we'll do Christmas in Philly usually every year. And so I was like, all right, I'll do these shows, be back for like a couple days, come back up, have a few days by myself to New York, and then go down to Philly for like 2 days. And then they were like, no, we're not doing that this year. So they're like, why don't you just stay? I'm like, oh, now that's 10 days.
Dude, I know, dude.
It's so, and I'm like, I love my parents.
Yeah,
it's
no,
great,
10.
but I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't do it.
I'm doing like a full week, the 23rd to the 30th.
It's crazy.
And I already am thinking about how much I hate it. I'm
already stressed out. I just saw them and Thanksgiving was stressful.
I know, yeah. It's so stressful and it's like a whole week. Is that a week?
Yeah, it's literally 7 days. Dude. I can't do 10 days. I cannot.
10 days is crazy.
Crazy. At least I have the shows for the first few days, but like I'll be staying with them. It's like I'll still see them.
Typically like 4 days is my max.
4 days is the perfect amount of time. Yeah. And it's like almost like a science. I would know literally I've had the 4 day rule for years now.
Yeah.
Where I notice like if I'm with them for like 3 days, the fourth day like we're driving back like home, like even like or we're about to split, that's when we start like arguing. Yeah. Like on that fourth day, it gets really bad. Yeah. Thanksgiving it took like 4 hours. But
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, 4 days is so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do 4 days. But then, like, do I go to see my family in Pennsylvania? I kind of just want to do Christmas alone. Yeah. Is that crazy?
Christmas alone? No, it's not. It's the best thing in the world.
It's all I want to do. I want to eat Chinese food.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe then I'd smoke weed. I don't know. Maybe I'd just have a beer and, like, chill.
I had
a little alone time.
Yeah. I had COVID, like, 2 years ago on Christmas Eve, and I couldn't go back home, and it was amazing.
It's awesome.
Like, I just saw a movie, infected everyone there.
Great. What was the movie?
I can't remember. I think it was like a black and white film with Joaquin Phoenix. I think it's called with like a nephew or something.
Oh, yeah. I never saw that movie. How was it?
It was very like movie-y.
Movie-y?
You know, like people who like movies more than me, like a movie connoisseur,
a cinephile,
yeah, they would.
It was a little. Was it a little pretentious?
It was just more like artsy.
It
was like artsy, and like I like randomly.
What made you choose that?
What?
Why that movie?
Well, because I didn't know that some of the friends I have are those type of like cinephile type of people, and they're like, "Oh, that's a great movie," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, like Star Wars or like Marvel or something."
Those were your two ideas. You're like, if it's a great movie, it has to be Star Wars or Marvel.
Yeah.
So like this black and white movie with Joaquin Phoenix is going to be like Star Wars. In your head, that's what you thought.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I just
You
no.
should have saw like The Meg with Jason Statham, the movie with the big shark.
Oh
Movie
no, I would
rocks.
never watch that.
What?
No.
That movie rocks. I
It's
love
good?
it. I mean, it's fun. It's a fucking Jason Statham fighting the biggest shark ever.
Okay.
It's so sick.
Okay.
Awesome movie.
Is it real? No.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a documentary.
yeah. It's a documentary. Hell, it's good. It's
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, trusted their opinion and I
That's
still
what you
listen
get
to
for
them.
trusting friends.
That's what you fucking get. But hey, this was a good episode.
Whoa, we're done.
I think we're done.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's been
You kicked
'cause
me out.
the camera shuts off.
At a certain
I've
point.
learned
Oh, is this the
exactly an hour.
the Sony?
It's the Sony. It's the
I've heard about
Sony.
the Sony.
Yeah, it's a great camera. But thanks for coming on. Where can people find you? If
My Instagram and Twitter, all that. TikTok
Ayo
is Dan Carney.
Dan Carney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan makes great sketches.
Thank
so
you.
Very funny. All right.
Thank you.
That's
Elle.
it. You're welcome. Bye.